My fiancé insisted I sign a prenup that favors him. I agreed, then secretly became a millionaire before our wedding day. When Ryan first mentioned a prenuptial agreement, I wasn't surprised. His family had money, not billionaire wealth, but enough that his parents had gifted him a down payment for our house and funded his business startup. I had student loans and a teaching job. The income disparity was obvious. What did surprise me was the prenup itself. It wasn't just protective, it was predatory. Any assets acquired during marriage remain with the original purchaser. Read one clause. Retirement accounts remain separate property regardless of contributions during marriage, stated another. The most telling, in the event of divorce, wife waives right to alimony. When I questioned these terms, Ryan's response chilled me. It's just business, Emma. If you truly love me, you'll sign it. A nice, you are planning to divorce me and take my money. I felt trapped. I did love him, and I wasn't marrying him for money. But something felt wrong about starting our life together with a document that assumed the worst of me. After a sleepless night, I called my godmother Vivian, a retired attorney. She reviewed the document and was blunt. This isn't a prenup. It's a financial hostage situation. He's ensuring you remain economically dependent on him forever. I considered walking away, but after 4 years together, I wanted to believe Ryan was acting out of fear, not malice. So I signed the prenup, but with a plan. You see, my grandmother had passed away 2 years earlier, leaving me a modest inheritance, $75,000, instead of using it to pay off my student loans as Ryan had suggested, which would have benefited our joint finances. With Vivian's guidance, I invested that money in a tech startup founded by her former client. The company was developing an educational app that as a teacher I genuinely believed in. I invested every penny, becoming an early-stage investor with a small equity stake. For 18 months, I said nothing about this investment. Ryan never asked about the inheritance, assuming I'd spent it on my loans as he'd advised. Meanwhile, I worked extra tutoring jobs to make my student loan payments, often coming home exhausted. 2 weeks before our wedding, the tech company was acquired by a major education publisher. My $75,000 investment was suddenly worth $3.2 million. I signed the acquisition paperwork in Vivian's office, hands shaking. You are now financially independent, she said. What are you going to do about the wedding? I decided to proceed not out of spite, but because I still loved Ryan and wanted to see if our relationship could survive on equal footing. The night before our wedding, during a rehearsal dinner, I handed Ryan a sealed envelope. What's this? He asked. An amendment to our prenup, I replied quietly. My lawyer insisted. He opened it expecting some minor change. Inside was documentation of my new net worth, now significantly higher than his, and a revised agreement drafted by Vivian that protected both of us equally. The color drained from his face. Where did this come from? He whispered. My inheritance. I invested it instead of paying off my loans. The company just got acquired. He stared at the papers, then at me. Why didn't you tell me? You never asked, I said simply. You told me what to do with my money, and when I didn't follow your advice, you never noticed how I was working extra jobs to make my loan payments. You were too busy building your business with your parents' money that night. Ryan didn't stay at our hotel. He went to his parents' house, and I prepared myself for a canceled wedding. But the next morning, he appeared at my door, eyes red. I've been an ass, he said. I never saw you as an equal partner, and that's not what marriage should be. If you still want to marry me, I'd like to tear up both prenups and start fresh together. We were married that afternoon. No prenup, just promises. 3 years later, my investment has grown further, and I've used some of it to fund a foundation that helps teachers develop educational resources. Ryan's business is doing well too, though he declined his parents' offers of additional funding. Sometimes the most valuable asset in a marriage isn't money. It's the moment when both people finally see each other clearly.